Hey, they're back talking about the law of attraction. This is another way to talk about this attraction rather than promotion idea. Now, the law of attraction seems to be sort of a modern label that's been slapped onto this great eternal metaphysical, spiritual, energetic principle. And maybe you've seen some of the shows. There was something called The Secret a few years ago. It was very polished and slickly produced, and I'm not here to criticize it. I'm just here to give commentary on it, and that is you can take any great spiritual law and polish it up and put it into a slick package with pretty people and good music and make a compelling TV show about it. But that doesn't change things for most people. I'm sure many people watched that and was like, oh, I soon will be driving a Bentley and have a jet plane and et cetera, et cetera. And then that video gets shoved to the back with all the other videos. So what's going on? Why does everybody know about the law of attraction now and nobody knows how to use it? It's a good question, isn't it? The law is the law. The law is immutable. It's principle. It never changes anywhere. The law of attraction is always on. Just because we know a law, just because we know about a law doesn't mean that we put it to appropriate use. For each and every one of us, an interesting thing to consider and to accept is that for you listening to this and me saying this, the law of attraction is always on. It's never off. It's always drawing into our lives exactly in accord with the frequency, the vibration, the nature, the climate, the tone of our being. If we're anxious and fearful, we're drawing in such circumstances. If we're calm and confident, that's what shows up. If we're solution-oriented, problems disappear quickly. If we're problem-oriented, we line up one problem after the next. If we're difficult in relationships, one troubling relationship comes after the next. If we're hard to get along with, painful relationships and discord follow us everywhere that we go. Now, the law of attraction is always on. Just knowing about that is a huge step forward. We could walk around all day long and look at things and say, wow, I'm drawing that in. It doesn't mean you're responsible for everything. Are you responsible for everything that's going on around you? That seems a foolish notion. Are you personally responsible for drawing in your iteration, your version of reality? Yes, I believe that. I think that's the epitome of understanding what spirituality is that in an infinite playground of innumerable variables, it is each and every one of us individually who draws in our current retinue of experience, you might say. So we might know about the law of attraction and it's a great start, but it doesn't mean that our personal gravity changes overnight. This is where spirituality can get a bad name. This is where modern new age metaphysical unicornness can be so easily dismissed and disdained by people of rational, logical intelligence. Hey, I watched a video about the law of attraction and now I'm going to have a Bentley and I'm going to have a jet plane, because maybe not. The principle behind this involves changing the entire conscious structure of our being. Does that happen overnight? Generally not. That is long, patient, slow application over a very long and extended period of time to change the frequency that our mind and bodies, the conscious amplitude that we're running on, to go from 96.5, so to speak, to all the way up to 104.5 on the dial, changing your conscious continent level takes days, weeks, months of patient application, meditation, prayer, effort, going through difficulties, learning the hard way, making mistakes, humbling ourselves, seeking answers, realizing we're wrong, trying new things. But it does change if we seek it. If we do seek to change our conscious countenance. That's the word I was looking for, countenance, not continence, although that's an important thing to have too. If we change our conscious disposition, then the things that we draw into our lives do change. We can go from being irritable and restless and having crappy relationships to being calm and peaceful and harmonious and draw in friendly relationships. We can establish peace on the inside of ourselves, and then health and vitality shows up on the outside of ourselves. But to expect that by reading a book or watching a video called The Law of Attraction we're suddenly going to have that work for us overnight, that's foolish. And we should get over foolishness. It doesn't mean that great power, almost a magical, mystical power, is available to us, but we have to make contact with that and we have to put it to use. Now, how do we know when this is working for us? By the fruits you shall know. You'll see it show up in your life. Where there were painful relationships, there will be harmony. Where there was a crappy career, there will be a satisfying career. Where there's distressing and unhappy health, there'll be vitality and well-being. Where there's anxiety and fear and worry, there'll be calm and peace and confidence. So we can begin this, and we can realize we're always doing this every day, and every 24-hour period is an opportunity to clean it up, to purify and heal our vibration, knowing that in any given moment, our personal gravity is always on. The universe never turns it off. It's always drawing in exactly what we're getting. We can't cheat it. We can't postpone it. We can't evade it. We can't kick it down the road for later. We can't make excuses. In the same way, if we step to the top of a 3-story building and step off of it, we will drop. The law of attraction is even more powerful than that. It is always on. We might call it the law of karma or the law of cause and effect, but we can use it to our advantage. And now that you've been doing this for days and weeks and months, your whole lifetime, you can put it to use intelligently and not in a foolish fashion. Hope it helps. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. Thanks.